your bestie? Ain't that your friend? You know the one you can depend. Ain't that your friend? Don't fuck with him cause that's my kid. Ain't that your friend? You know my T, we go way back. Ain't that your friend? So let's sit down and have a chat. Like anytime you need a friend, I'ma be there to defend. I'ma be there to the end. You see me right there, right there. Anytime you need a friend, I'ma be there to defend. I'ma be there to the end. You see me right there, right there. Yeah.
Hello, welcome to the Anytime You Need a Friend podcast. I am one of your friends. I'm Bryce, and I have my co-host here. Introduce yourself.
I am your boy, Jerm.
Another one of your friends, Jerm with a bunch of M's. That's what we're going to call him, Jerm with a bunch of M's. The exact amount is TBD.
Yes, because it tastes good on your lips. Like,
He's thinking big. That thing's quick, y'all. He didn't have that 2 minutes ago. I'm not lying. Yeah. Y'all, we are back. This is our third episode. Yes, we are 3 weeks strong, consistent, and we're going to keep it going. Hopefully, y'all like the first two so far. And we are just going to keep trying to make y'all proud because we know y'all need some friends that represent y'all well.
Yes, girl. We love y'all. We want y'all to love us too because we need it.
So, in case y'all have not necessarily picked up on it just yet, our good friend Jerm is having a bit of a vocal rest day. He is only able to project but so much, but he is such a dedicated worker that he said the show must go on. Definitely. Even though I said, why did you not tell me you were sick? Okay.
I didn't want to I didn't want to let you down. I'm like, if I
really appreciate it. Do you know how many people let me down regularly? I really appreciate you thinking about that.
No, because if I commit to doing something, I already don't like doing shit as it is. So if I commit to doing something, I have to like do it. Like, don't be that girl that commits to something and then just want to give up. Like, don't do that. No, I can't.
Bryce is not going to say anything further, but you know who I'm saying right about. Okay? You know who I wish had that type of standard.
Yes, sir.
BB just want to work, okay?
Look, I got to work.
Okay. Okay, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and get into this episode. And our good friend Jerm here had a really good idea. He wanted to make this episode all about love. Mm-hmm. We are going to be asking each other some questions that we really don't know the answers to and get really down into the business. And you know me, I love telling all my business.
I'm so good.
I'm going to really do a good job at explaining things to y'all without giving you too much of my tea. Like, you're not going to get it all. You're going to get like a little cup, you know?
Yeah.
You don't need a glass of tea, just a little cup.
Right.
Because I'm a Virgo, so y'all, this is like a medical condition. I can't give all my tea because then you'll have things to hold against me, and I'll never give you that.
And people love doing that shit. And then when they don't have like the gall to back it up, it's like, oh, I'm scared. And they want to and tell everybody, oh, he did this, he did that. Girl, this wouldn't have happened if he wouldn't have spilled the tea.
You know how I keep my good reputation in these streets?
No.
I don't tell the girls when I do dirt, okay?
That's right.
I'm real smart about it. I keep it to people get excited. Oh, I just did this, I just did that.
Yeah, and they want to tell
Jerm, have you ever heard me confess to a crime?
No, girl.
That don't mean I never did nothing. I'm just not going to call my friends and tell them about it because that's crazy.
So right.
But I'll tell y'all a little something because y'all need to know a little something about me.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
We're going to try to make it fun, though. Jerm, you have been in love for 83 years. So your perspective about this topic is going to drastically differ from mine, I think, because we just don't have the same type of experience. So why don't you go ahead and start us off with a lot of rainbows and butterflies and tell the people what love means to you.
What love means to me, honestly, is unconditional. Like, love is unconditional. I feel like if you truly love the person and accept them for who they are, the relationship definitely can go far. And also, keep people out of your fucking business, because 9 times out of 10, it ain't got shit to do with other people, and they don't know what y'all going through as a couple. But other than that, I would
I'm
say,
gagging.
yeah.
Cause it gave the more they talk about our love. Bitch, you know you be giving Brandy. You know you be giving Brandy.
Oh my God. Shout out to our girl Brandy.
Yes.
But yeah, just keeping people at a distance, not giving them too much of the tea, like you said. But just making sure you got each other's back. And I don't know, I just feel like as long as you accept the other person for who they are, because not everybody's the same. Not every like for me in my relationship, for instance, we're two different people. I let him be the kind of person he wants to be as long as he let me be the person that I want to be. So I think that as long as y'all have like a mutual common ground on where y'all stand, I feel like it'll be like a healthy relationship. Excuse me, I'm a little out of breath. Excuse me. But yeah.
Okay, so
Need I say more?
no, you made it very clear. I wanted to respond to what you were saying because I so agree with you. To have that safe space is the only way you can really thrive in a long-term relationship.
Yes.
Now, you might not ask me this question because you have a lot of good sense about you, but a lot of people ask me this one question that I really hate.
And that is?
How long was your longest relationship? I don't like when people ask me that, and I can just be I told you I was going to like cover up a lot of things, but I'm playing. I'm gonna just be honest with y'all for real. I hate that question because I feel like people are trying to measure how valuable I am. Like, how long has someone else held on to you? Basically, is what they're asking me.
And can you be kept?
And I can't be, but that don't mean I'm not great. I just have the unwillingness to sit. Like, once I realize this is not working because XYZ, this person is either something that I don't like and they just who they are, or they are not willing to fix whatever the simple issue is, or it might be nothing wrong with them. I just don't really like this vibe here. I don't just sit there and say, well, let's see what happens in 6 months. I want to be on to something new in 6 months. So I go ahead and just let it go.
Okay.
Very much, if this is not working out, clearly this is not what God wants for me. And I will say that approach works for me because I don't necessarily experience the same amount of relationship stress that some people talk about, like the bad side. I don't know what it's like to have somebody being unfaithful, or just like you think somebody loves you and then you wake up one day and it don't feel the same. I don't know what that's like, because if the connection does not feel strong and consistently strong like that, Bryce just is like, all right, well, this is not it. I know when it's going to be it. When it's going to feel like every day, this is it, up until a point. Like when it's still new, you know what I'm saying? There's no way we should be 3 months in and I hate you. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely understand that, but I do say there are going to be times where you like definitely hate that person, but I just think and then this is just my opinion. I just think that maybe some space should be taking place, and just like I guess chill on the like hanging out, or I don't know. I just feel like spending too much time together, especially if it's a freshly new relationship.
That's what I be doing.
That definitely take a toll, and it's like, damn, like we've been together for 3 months. You mine, bitch. But honestly, it don't work like that.
Now we can say that, take the space and all of that. Once I do it, though, this might just be an issue with me. I'm willing to own that I'm not perfect. If you introduce, hey, I think we need to take time, Bryce heard you don't want me like that. So now Bryce is like, okay, it was nice meeting you, friend.
The Virgo is Virgo in.
I don't know how to say, oh yeah, let's take some space and catch back up in 3 weeks.
No,
you think I'm gonna be thinking about you in 3 weeks, for real?
Not like that, but like y'all don't have to hang out consistently. In the sense.
What else is he doing?
I mean, maybe he's at home. Maybe he's hanging out with friends. Maybe he's at his family's home or something. You just never know.
I'll give you Thanksgiving, Christmas. But if I'm here, You remember at the end of Out of My Mind, if I'm here and she's there and I'm here, okay? If I'm here and we go together like that, why are we not here? The distance feels like we need to be distant. We don't know each other no more.
I mean,
I know this sounds toxic, y'all. I know I sound crazy. I know I sound crazy, but I really believe what I'm saying right now.
Okay, this is so good. Like, you're giving me life right now. You're giving me so much life. Like, it's a lot going on in my head.
And I mean dead ass. Like, I know it sounds crazy though. But I don't understand unless it's like he's going through a personal situation to where he can't show up the way he needs to. Or maybe I am. Maybe like I might be losing my mind and hopefully I'll be better in a couple of weeks. Unless there's something happening that we think is temporary, if we're just butting heads because of who we are, taking space is only going to make me be like, you know what? It's not that bad without him. I feel fine. Oh, it's been 3 weeks. I ain't really thought too much about him after the first week. So now let me go about my life and find my happiness because it's not you.
So you're
that's how I feel.
But you're not.
You know how many guys? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. How do I know how many guys? What?
How many people have tried to take steps? Like they didn't tell me what they were doing. They just like quote unquote ghosted. And I'm thinking, oh, you've ghosted me because you don't like me as much as I thought you did, right? I've learned how to accept that as a 24-year-old. Now, 20-year-old Bryce is ready to crash out, but 24-year-old is like, okay, this person's not that into me. I'm moving on. I delete the number and it's no tears shed.
Yeah.
Those people several times come back, not necessarily 3 weeks later, but not too long after. Hey, how you doing? Oh no, I was just going through a lot and I thought we needed some space and da-da-da-da. And now I'm like, wait, the fact that you can just do that and disconnect, like you just talked about me, Virgo, how I can disconnect. I don't want nobody that can do it that easily. I'm supposed to be the one that picks up and puts down. If I can be picked up and put down, baby, don't touch me, okay? I don't want to be touched. Because if you could just put me down at any point and you're not in agony, you're not over there, can't eat, can't sleep, because you're wondering what I'm doing. That's what you need to be doing for those 3 weeks. If you're just chilling for those 3 weeks and you can say, hey, Bryce, I'm better now, wanted to see how things work out with you. I'm like, no, this doesn't feel safe to me anymore. Because it could happen. Now you're showing me that you could do this at any point in time.
Okay.
Created a distrust right there for me. Most people don't. I've never had nobody just tell me to my face, like, let's take real space and we're still going to try to be together, but like, we're just going to take us a week off. Like, that sounds reasonable. Nobody's ever said it like that. It's just usually like,
it's through text or they won't say anything at all.
Like, they start getting dry or attitudinal for no reason. And then I'm like, oh, is you cool?
9 times out of 10.
And I say it in a nice way. I don't be talking to people that crazy. I just be playing a lot. But I'll say it in a nice way. And then Bryce picks up and moves on like I always do. If y'all listen to my music, I talk about that all the time. Keeping shit fucking moving, because who is finna be worried about a pussy ass nigga? Not me. All right. If you didn't want me, what do I want with you?
Right.
I've had to repeat this. If you don't feel like this right now, repeat it to yourself 83 times until you believe it, because that's exactly what I had to do. Why do I want what does not want me? You know? So I'm not trauma dumping y'all. I know I sound like I'm getting into it, but I'm just trying to say, I don't know what I was saying. Shit. Why did I lose it, Jerm?
Okay. I do have a question for you. What are some deal breakers for you? You don't have to necessarily be in a relationship, but we can use it as single or in a relationship. What are some deal breakers for you?
Yeah. To answer what we were talking about previously, my longest relationship was like less than 3 months. So
yes. Okay. That's what we was talking about. But
I just thought about that because your question applies to that, because it's never been very long. But
you said it's been less than 3 months?
Yeah, like not a full 3 months.
Wow.
And that felt long because it wasn't like necessarily pleasant. So that wasn't even my most favorite love affair.
Okay.
So, but it was like, it technically was the longest running one. That's exactly what happened though. he was going through his own things and he wanted space and didn't communicate to me. It wasn't like we were beefing. A Scorpio, and you know I don't do those anymore. But it's not even like we were beefing about us. We were talking about his things, and he got overwhelmed by his problems and tapped out. And now I became the person who's always bringing up his problems. And I'm like, no, Bryce is just trying to help you. Right. I'm not bringing it up to throw it in your face. I don't know why I just told you that, but I felt the need to say it. So now I'm gonna answer your question. Deal breakers. Oh, that kind of answers your deal breaker question. I don't like a stubborn person anymore.
Okay.
And it's because I've tried to practice being less stubborn. Like I know naturally I want to do what I want to do and I don't want to do what other people want to do. But I know that that's not the most rational way to be an adult. So I curve myself and be like, okay, this person said, let's meet here at 6. I would much rather go at 8, but I can do 6, even though that's not really what I want to do.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I know how to do that to myself now. So I don't like to come across a guy that seems to refuse any ideas that are not his own. I'm like, can't teach you anything. I don't want you. That's how I think today. You would have been getting very different answers from me earlier on in my life, but I'm not old, y'all, but I feel like I've lived a lot. I've learned a lot. Like I be picking up stuff everywhere. Every one of these failed situation relationships that didn't last 3 months.
You learned something.
I learned something.
Oh, thank you. Next.
Very much. Arianka. Ariane. Very much that.
Oh my gosh, you are hilarious.
But another deal breaker, I would say, beyond a non-listening, stubborn person, I don't like mean-spirited. Like I like to laugh, I like to gag, I like to roast. But we got to do that with a lightheartedness. I don't like a heavy spirit, and some people can't help that. They literally have a heavy spirit because they got to work off all of those demons. And I don't mean that to shame them, but it's literally like walking with spirits on you from whatever has happened in your life.
Because some people, they like to cut at you, and we just can't, bitch. I'm like, damn.
So you know what I'm talking about, Jerm. When y'all just having a cute little chat, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa,
right? Like what's going on?
Why you just pull at my wig?
Right?
Yeah.
Oh wait, is this the real fight? Like what?
Jerm, all of a sudden my locks are on the floor. I'm like, I thought.
I'm gonna tell you something. When I get blindsided from something like that, I make sure before I spaz out, I make sure, and I be like, wait, are you really feeling this way? Is this what's really going on? And they'd be like, yeah, bitch. And I'd be like, okay, woo, let me put that bitch on for you. Who the fuck are you talking to? Now let's really get into it. Let's really get into the nitty gritty.
Because you got pressure on your chest, ready to give it out to anybody. I'm not even your enemy, babe.
Exactly. That's, wow, crazy.
But I know how to get there. And that's why, okay, so if you have not noticed, Bryce growing up is Bryce trying to be calmer than Bryce was. Like, y'all might think I do a lot now, but Jerm would tell you, it was astronomical back in the day. So a part of that is not looking for situations that will trigger me. So if I know that you are attitudinal or whatever, what did I call it earlier? Heavy energy or heavy spirited.
Yeah.
If I know that you are like that, mean spirited, there you go. If I know that you are like that, I just don't want to engage at all because I roast. I can get down with the best of them. Now I'm gonna be calling you all types of things that even your mother don't want to hear. So it's just gonna be it's gonna be an ugly look for me. So I try not to put myself in those type of positions, even though I love to battle. It's just not healthy, you know?
Yeah, it takes your energy.
Some guys, they like to battle and they like to get in a toxic space, and then they want to be like, ha ha ha, I was just playing. It's like, that's not funny.
That's not funny.
I keep my shit light. You don't ever hear me talking about nobody in a way that is like, this might impact them. You ever heard, not ever heard, let me not even ask you, let me admit, Jerm, I have been in like petty arguments with somebody and purposely said something that I want them to walk away thinking about.
Oh, wow.
But that's mean. I was a teenager doing shit like that. That's mean. If I know that you have a certain complex about something, I should not mention that just so I can win an argument.
Right. Yeah.
That's tearing people down. So if I learned at 17, don't do that, and you're grown and you don't know that, I'm like, nah, that's one of my.
Can you do?
Can't do this. And I've been in situations where I want to make something work with somebody, and then I see those two things, and I'm like, yeah, this is never going to work. You're going to continue to be closed off to the things that I suggest, and you're going to continue to be mean spirited when you feel like you're being not even attacked, but just like tapped on your shoulder. You know?
Yeah.
Girl. Some people don't be reacting out of an attack. They be reacting because you tapped them. And they like, hold on, I think I'm finna get hit. Wait, let me hit you first if that's what we're gonna do. You know?
Right.
Don't assume an attack.
Exactly. Which is crazy.
And people think I'm mean, Jerm, when I say okay, this sounds like a threat. It's not. But I will tell you, if you think I'm coming at you and I'm not, no, babes. When I'm being mean, you will know. That's not a threat. It's literally if I have to ever come at you like that, I promise you it's going to be so clear. You're not going to have to think about it.
Bitch.
I'm not trying to sound like a demon, but I can take it there.
He's a demon.
I'm not proud of this, y'all. Bryce is so calm now. Like,
he got the best of both worlds.
It really does protect you in a way, though, because another thing I don't like is a man who wants to be manipulative in some way, or they think that they have some type of mental influence over me. I don't know what about me gives he can be controlled, but people try it, and I'm just like, you do realize I think I'm smarter than everybody in the room, right? Like, wow. Because I think I play aloof a little too much sometimes, and it leads the wrong way.
Just to make them feel comfortable and just to see what they try to do.
If you want me to be honest, I just do it because I think it's cute.
Okay.
But then that makes somebody feel like they can pounce. And it's like, whoa, I'm not a damsel in distress. I'm actually the wolf. I'm just chilling, you know?
Yeah, I'm a wolf. You see me coming.
Well, you don't see me coming. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh,
I'm the chill wolf.
Oh, okay.
So then they think that they could play, and then I got to roar.
You're the wolf in you're the wolf in sheep's clothing.
No, I'm in grandmother's skin, yes.
Oh.
The wolf in grandmother's skin. Because I'm really chilling. I'm really in my house having my tea.
Okay.
Minding my business. My Earl Grey tea to wake me up. So I'm not even trying to mess with nobody. Then you feel like, oh, I can come get grandma, and I got to snatch it off real quick. I'm a wolf. What? You know?
Yeah.
And so a part of me not looking for or interactions that are going to trigger me into behaving in my worst self. I don't like no man who feel like he needs to tell somebody where and how to go. I ain't never like to be told where and how to go. I'm a very free thinker. And if you listen to what I got to say, I probably got better ideas than you.
Right? I definitely don't mind being told where or how to go as long as you ask nicely.
Really?
Yeah, I actually don't mind, but just ask nicely and I will give you what you want. But you come being disrespectful, bitch, I'm not doing anything. That's how I work.
Wait, why'd you make that sound so nice?
What do you mean?
The way you just said it didn't sound like a threatening thing.
I mean, that's how
the way they be talking to me sometimes, they be trying to give me when my sister was on stage killing it. Like they be giving that. It be giving that you're talking to me like this because you're testing to see if you can. I'm on the kitchen floor. I don't ever want to be that, you know?
I mean, I just put okay.
He took the keys.
I just feel like I have a compromise. Compromise, like I can compromise with somebody and just. But other times,
her.
Girl, he is going through his moment right now.
I'm sorry, Jerm. What were you saying?
I was just saying that I can compromise. I can compromise with somebody if they definitely try to tell me something or teach me something. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Having them tell me anything, but just say it nicely. You know.
You know what it is though. You're making me think about what it is that I look at as a green flag now.
Okay.
A gentleman, because what you're describing, I wasn't thinking about somebody guiding you. I was thinking about somebody controlling you. So I don't mind somebody that can.
Too.
Yeah, I don't mind somebody that can guide me though. If you can do it with a gentle heart versus I don't know why I was attracting, and I do know why. I love to say I don't know why, and I know exactly why. But I was for so long attracting aggressive spirits, and it just would keep me at that level of anger that I was used to being at. Always, like, mind you, I told you this is not a long relationship, any of them. Imagine hollering and screaming on the phone with a person you've only known for 4 weeks. Sounds crazy, right? But if you were my neighbor, you would be like, damn, them niggas is really in love. Cause
I can imagine.
We just fighting like we stuck together.
I can imagine you just with that finger, bitch. You can't see my finger, but I can just imagine you really reading a bitch say rights. That's
but I don't like to be in that space. It's just I can go there when I am like when I feel like that's what you want from me.
Do you feel like you're comfortable in that? Were you comfortable in that space of?
Okay, so this is the thing. Yes, because I do it so well. I don't like to do it, but it's not hard. It's very easy.
Yeah.
But there are people that don't know that side of me because we've had nothing but kind interactions. I have a lot of interactions with gentle people, but it's not situations that are like giving long-term relationship. Like I might meet somebody who is in town for a couple weeks and we have a good time together, but then they got to go back to wherever they live. And I don't necessarily desire a long distance relationship. I do know, I don't know why I'm telling my business. Jerm, you are so comforting. Oh my God, I'm really finna tell my business.
I love that.
It's no real tea though. But I'm just saying, I do know a few people that live in different places. And if we lived in the same place, we would probably try because we both came at each other with a good, gentle energy. But for whatever reason, in the city of Dallas, those who are most convenient to reach, it never seems to work out with old Bryce.
I feel like Dallas is definitely different when it comes to like dating because everybody is just so superficial. I feel like if you ain't got something somebody want, they will not want you. Dallas is, I mean, I love Dallas. I love Dallas folks. I just feel like people be so superficial, and it's like you have flaws too, girl. Somebody cannot like you for a reason or like you for this reason. So I just feel like a lot of people need to look in the mirror. It's not necessarily judging people because you never know. You might find somebody in that person you may never thought you would have liked in a sense. But then again, I understand you want somebody who looks good and who's fine, but 9 times out of 10, just find somebody that's like, I don't know what I'm saying, but I just feel like most people.
I know what you're saying. Like, you being clear.
I just feel like most people need to find somebody who, I guess, clicks with them and not aesthetically clicking with them, but just like, I guess, mesh well with personality or something. I just feel like people like aesthetics. That's all people are stuck on. And I'm
gonna be honest. Before I attack anybody else's behavior, I'm gonna own my own. I have been very, very superficial, and I was not always like that. I got that way because I kept being disappointed, like failed situationship after failed situationship. I started to say, you know what? If I'm gonna get anything out of it, you better be at least strikingly gorgeous, fine as hell.
Yeah.
If it's gonna keep being, drama that comes along with it.
But I'm not single, so go ahead, do your shit. I'm sorry,
but I'm saying this to say I understand that being superficial like that is not necessarily beneficial to anybody in the long run. There is this thing that I do, and you can even see it related to my music. I have a hard time forcing people to mess with me. I want you to know I got good songs and you should stream it and all of that, but I don't know how to say, hey, please support my music. I would mean so much to me. I don't know how to grovel like that. And there's nothing wrong. The people who know how to do it, like I see people making all types of TikToks and reels. Like, if you're seeing this, that means you need to stream my song. Da, 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 da. Like they have that type of energy where they can make somebody mess with them,
like pull them in.
Yeah, I don't really know how to do that authentically without feeling like I'm trying too hard. So that relates to men. I don't sell myself and say, oh, come look at this body, and oh, come look at what I got for you and what I can do to you and what I can get. I don't sell myself like that. So I'm cut off from half of the options just because I'm not willing to create a PowerPoint to show you, hey, if you talk to me, look what you'll get.
Right.
I don't do all of that.
What you see is what you get.
But I feel like people who are looking for the PowerPoints and the displays of we've all seen dating apps. This is the type of car I got. This is what job. The first thing they tell you is what they do because they want you to guess what they make. They're showing off so you can create a highlight reel and see. So they can create a highlight reel and you can see how lit their life is because they think that's going to pull you in. That doesn't pull somebody like me in because I've met people that have a lot going for themselves, but if we can't get along, what's the point? Like I'm in this nice house, but you're creeping me out. You have a nice car, but I hate listening to you talk. So, you have a whole lot of money, but girl, you stink. Like no, Jerm, I'm not joking. I've just been in situations where
Not girl,
the things that you have, it's just an example, but I'm saying I've been in situations where the things that you have are almost irrelevant, even though I could use them to my benefit. I don't necessarily have the nerve to just be around somebody that I don't want to be around because of what I can get out of it. So you being flashy to somebody like me doesn't work.
Right.
So I'm now looking through the pool of people who are not flashy, but also not hideous.
Yeah. Yeah.
That kind of reduces the options. And so I don't know why I just told you that, but I get what I'm saying. I still am a bit superficial, and I'm working on that because everybody is God's children, and
yeah,
it's a balance. It's a balance between getting what you want, but also not being super strict.
Yeah, I mean,
I remember. Oh my God, this is probably a good time to tell you this. Just the small things that inspire me not to be like other people. The reason why I just said that. I remember I was on this dating app once, and me and this guy, we were having like a really good conversation. And I said something about my edibles. I make edibles.
Right.
So he was like, wait, like edibles like weed? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, well, I can't continue to talk to you because I don't like people that do weed. Like I'm shooting this shit up. And so beyond my just shock of like, okay, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It taught me not to be a super strict and by the book person because me and him would probably get along very well. Little does he know, Bryce microdoses. Like I make edibles and I might bite a little corner off just so I can chill a little bit. You don't ever just see Bryce high, can't move, but he might be used to that when people say they smoke weed or whatever. He might be used to seeing people like that and he's afraid of that.
Right.
I didn't go through the whole like story and explain to him like, oh, I don't be that high regularly. It's a couple of days where I'd be like, you know what, we're gonna eat a lot of this brownie. But some days I really just eat a corner.
Okay.
So, but my point is, you cut yourself off from an opportunity because you weren't willing to bend. You weren't willing to say, oh, well, I'm not typically looking for somebody that does edibles, but you might not be the worst option.
He just act like he walking. Yeah, he just was acting like he walking around the house smoking a blunt. Like you didn't even say that. He just say he make.
What's wrong with that? I don't see. I don't do that, right? But I wouldn't see somebody, or I wouldn't listen to somebody say they do that and immediately be like, nope. And I feel like a lot of us, because of these dating apps, and it's made everyone so accessible, we just look through we look to find small things about people and say no. So that's a part of my let me not be so superficial thing. I still want somebody that I find attractive, but I don't want to just be excluding people just because of one thing that I don't necessarily care for or I wouldn't do. That doesn't mean that you're not a good person.
Right.
Can I ask you, when you were like looking for a partner, were there any specific green flags that you were looking to confirm?
I wasn't looking, girl. I was not looking.
Wow.
I wouldn't say my situation kind of fell in my lap at first. And I'm sorry, what was the question again?
Did you have green flags that you were looking to check off?
Okay, let me answer that question first. I didn't have no expectations. I didn't really have green flags as long as the person was just honest and wasn't a liar because I don't like liars.
Mm.
You know, I may tell a little tale, but not the tale to where it hurts you in the long run, and you just like,
Yeah.
oh Lord, like I hate him.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm gonna tell you the truth. But I just didn't like liars. I didn't like people who, I guess, was pump. I don't like people who pump fake. You know, who put on a show and then behind closed doors they this whole different person. Like I don't like people like that.
Try
So
hard.
yeah, I hate those so much. I'd be like, girl, be yourself. You ain't gotta let everybody know that you the shit. Just exist.
Believe
Um,
it.
but yeah, I would say, did you say green flags or red flags?
You asked me about red flags. I was asking you about green.
About green flags. My green flags is somebody who, in my case, because I found somebody who accepted me for me, somebody who loved me for me. So I guess that was my green flag.
Okay. Snap.
Mm-hmm.
I think I agree with that. And adding on to that green flag, another one for me is somebody who sees me. I don't like to have to explain myself a lot. This
Okay.
also,
Yeah.
I know that's not good because you're supposed to be able to explain yourself, but if I'm not coming from a bad place or I am coming from, oh my God, I don't know how to really say this without telling somebody else's business, but let me rework it. So I know where I'm coming from when I say things, right? I don't want to have to always explain my heart in my position. You should understand that when Bryce is talking to you specifically, he's not being funny. He's not being an asshole. I'm just being very matter of fact about it. And because I play a lot, when I'm not playing, I don't like when it's assumed that I'm trying to be funny or insulting, and I'm not. And it's not their fault because I play a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm holding the accountability that I play a lot. But I've come across a few people who know when I'm serious and know when it's not an insult and all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want somebody that gets me like that without me having to be like, no, I didn't mean it
Right,
in
and
a
they get
bad way. I was
upset.
just asking. I don't like having to do all that. Because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you don't get me. Let's move on. And I know I should not.
Nobody gets me like you. I'm sorry.
Even better one, Janae Aiko 2017 album. I don't need nobody, no one. I don't need no one. I used to shout that at the top of my lungs because you don't remember that one on the Trip
I don't
album?
remember that. It was on what album?
The Trip album.
I gotta go back to that.
She said, "Pop 1, pop 2, pop 3, 4 pills." I ain't never touched a drug in my life. Screaming it, okay? Janae used to have me feeling high as hell. I don't know what it is about that album.
That album was, that was a really good album. That Trip album.
She told me she didn't need nobody, and I believed it.
Wait a minute. It's coming back. It's coming back, but slowly. I'm gonna have to listen to that.
Mind you, I'm not doing it in the right key because I don't really sing. We talked about this on the first episode.
Oh
Bryce is not giving y'all real vocals without a real check, okay?
Well, no, it's a song by Janae Aiko on the same album.
What?
It's called "You Are Here" or something, and it goes like, "Hope you are who you say you are." That was my shit.
Yeah.
I used to, don't play with. Oh my God, girl! Stop.
It's hard to sing her songs. I get it, girl. I just tried and I failed. I get it.
Here's the sing the song. It's just I'm in my Bryce era right now. You know, what if I believed it?
Take it down. You got to take it. Wait, what song was that? Oh, I know that song. Oh my God, Jerm knows the deep cuts, and he needs to. If it's not on streaming platform, don't mention it. Okay. You should not have been around all of this time to know all of that.
Oh,
you were on that song though. That's why you know that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
I remember that. We also, Jerm, just to interrupt this episode real quick, we worked on a new song recently that is probably going to come out soon.
Okay.
So,
is that a hit?
Around this time, by the time you hear this, the song might be coming out soon.
Okay.
So,
all right.
I hope y'all like that.
Stay tuned.
Thanks, Jerm, again. He always comes in and saves the day a little bit.
So did.
This song was really good though. I think this is probably like my best effort on the song we did together.
Yeah,
So,
I really love your vocals on this song. I don't want to sing it, but I wasn't gonna sing it, but it's
they're
just
not ready for all that yet.
Yes, it's something that you did on the pre-chorus that I liked. It was something new that she added.
Oh,
I
okay,
hear it very faintly in the back, but I definitely hear it.
Oh, you're talking about a specific vocal.
It's like a specific thing that you did on
What
the
is
pre
it? I kind of want to know now. What is it?
Oh, it's come and break me.
Oh yeah. Those. Was it giving like
just stack
Indian like belly dance? It was giving that. That's what I was going for. It was going for it. Look, hi Beyonce. It was giving that. Shakira. I was trying to give the girls, Pussycat,
Okay.
You heard? Okay, thank you.
I definitely heard. Yeah, I was like, oh, because had I paid attention to that the first time, I probably would have harmonized with that. Because I was
really?
Like, harmony. But it's right.
Okay, y'all gonna like all of this once y'all actually hear the song. Okay, you gonna know what we talking about. So I do want to add on to what you're saying. You're evoking the things that you're saying are evoking different thoughts of mine that I had to get to this point. So I'm not speaking as if I've always known this, but how you said you weren't looking. I really think the reason why none of the ones in my past have worked out for a significant amount of time is because I was looking. I was like dead set on, okay, I want you, and now I want you, and now I want this. Like I'm eager beaver.
Oh baby, I was
never desperate. It never gave desperate, but it definitely gave he's eager, he's ready. And for one side of the coin is that can like scare people off. I know that. But on the other side, you just put yourself in a too vulnerable of a position when you're that eager for something to come of this. It should just be a simple interaction and y'all see how much y'all like each other, and we're gonna continue to hang out and take things steadily. For me, it was always a jump all the way in. I'm either like not feeling you at all, or I'm jumping all the way in. And I'm telling you, Jerm, like in the last few months, I've had to understand that I can't continue to do that. And if I do continue to do it, I can't be mad about the outcome.
Because I know for me in the past, I would like talk to people like that and it wouldn't work out. And I'm like, dang, like I really should have been friends with them first.
Yeah.
And maybe if things would have went far, then it could have. But I felt like back then I rushed too much into like trying to be into something, And so for a while, I was not looking. I was like, oh, I don't need none of the problems. I already know what's gonna happen. Like in my mind, I was just like, I'm not looking for that. And so I would, I'll be on the apps, doing my little thing and stuff until the opportunity and the situation presented itself and it fell in my lap. And I was just like, let me see what's going on over here. And ever since then, baby, locked in 5 years. And I'm like, okay.
I was gonna give y'all a wedding song, but I can't think of it right
nerves. But
you said what?
I said he be getting on my damn nerves, but it is what it is. We love each other.
I think you're being hard on him. He's a nice young man. He's nothing but sweet. You're the problem. Okay.
Look,
I'm totally joking.
I could definitely be the problem. I could definitely be the problem, but
I'm totally joking. But what was I gonna say? Oh no, like I really do. Okay, so I remember when you were like in your whole phase. I didn't say that, but like, because I'm not putting you out like that. I'm just saying I remember the time you're talking about, and so to see you have like a long-standing relationship is really inspiring and like beautiful. Because you don't see that with gays a lot. We just be jumping around until we just die. Like that's sad, but like
I do not like people knowing what's going on in here. I really don't.
I understand. That's kind of what I was eager, like my eagerness for a relationship was to have something solidified that we could just keep between us. Because
because it's beautiful.
if you don't like people in your business, I hate hoes knowing what I got going on. So I wanted something that could keep it like I don't even like having to explain myself, like my story, like who I am, different things that you need to know about me.
Already be on it, like, okay, this is what Bryce got going on. Cool.
But I'm saying, like, I don't like having to do it to new people. Like, I be like, damn, I gotta tell this nigga like the first time I da. Like, I gotta, you know what I mean? Like, I have to give this person my life story. Like, I need to write it down at this point. If I'm gonna keep meeting new niggas,
I'm so dead.
I gotta hand out pamphlets. Like, okay, these are my favorite foods. You know what I mean?
Not pamphlets.
Because I just get so exhausted of trying again. And I understand that I was trying again for an unhealthy reason now because I was lacking something. Like, so I wanted to say this as well. You know how people talk about finding love for yourself before you can find love for other people?
Yes.
I used to hear that, and Jerm, I thought that shit was a cliche. I was like, y'all hoes just be saying shit. Like, I thought I loved me, and I was like, okay, yeah, I love me. Why would I not? I'm great, right? But I still want this real, real bad.
Yeah.
Not to say I don't want a relationship anymore, but I look at it differently now. But back in those times when we're literally talking about, like I said a few months ago, I wanted the relationship so very bad that I was not valuing myself in the same rate that I should be valued. Imagine you have $1. It's worth $1. You want somebody to pick you up because I'm sorry, I didn't give you that correctly. Forget my scenario, bitch. That was not gonna make no sense.
I was like, where's it going? Okay.
I'm glad I stopped. Okay, hold on. Let me jump back out of that. Let me back out of that corner. I was not valuing myself in the same way that I should be valued, and that I've always known, like me saying I've had love for myself, I've had a certain esteem for myself. I've never necessarily been low in confidence, even if I knew about all my flaws. I still was like, but even then, you're still kind of great. I've always thought that about myself, but to put myself in certain situations that I don't deserve to be in is undervaluing me. So I was able to learn recently that loving yourself is not necessarily how you would love another human being. Like, oh, I care about you. Of course you care about yourself. Who doesn't? Well, some people don't care about themselves, but like most of us care about ourselves on a general level, right? I had to learn that valuing myself is saying, I don't care if you're lonely. I don't care if you're horny. I don't care if you're, what else could you be? Just looking to fall in love and have a fairy tale. None of that is more important than you feeling respected, than you feeling safe, than you feeling like you're making good decisions. You ever done something and it might take a while, but every time you do it, as every step you take, you feel like you're doing the wrong thing?
Definitely.
And you keep doing it. That's what a relationship that I know I shouldn't be in feels like for me. I keep telling this person I want to be with them, or smiling in their face, acting like there's no problems, but I see the big problem over my head, and I'm like, how much longer am I going to make myself do this? So I value myself now to the point to where I don't force myself to be in situations that are not going in the upwards direction. I don't force myself to continue to talk to somebody after they've disrespected me in a way. You know, I used to want to fix that. Oh, you've offended me. Let me show you how not to be so mean, such a jerk. And I thought I was doing the Lord's work at that time, as you asked me.
Yeah.
But I'm basically graveling and begging in a stern way to get you to be the person that I want you to be. Right. And valuing myself means that I just put you down.
Please don't talk to me. I was like, please, right? Please don't talk to me like that.
But I only should say it once.
Right.
And now that I said it once and you continue to do it, I have to value myself so much that I say, I'll be alone for another Christmas. Because can't do it. I meant that now. I've always said, because you know how people talk about how they like being alone and they have so much fun being single. I'm not going to look at you in your face and lie to you. I'm not one of those people. But I would rather do that than to just be in something that is not feeling like the right thing for me.
Something that's not safe, yeah.
Yeah, and I've been unsafe so many times, just willy nilly in this world. I don't know how I made it through. Um, all my life I had to fight. Okay, I'm playing y'all,
You
but no,
could definitely.
I know what it feels like to be unsafe or to just be like, I hope this person likes me as much as I like them. You're unsure of what the dynamic is. You know,
Yeah,
I don't deserve to feel like that anymore. So anything that brings angst or anything like that, I'm
just
like,
let it
yeah,
go.
we're not gonna keep doing this.
I
I don't
definitely
care if I
agree.
like the sex. You know,
I,
bye.
I'm dead. I'm like that when it comes to friendships because I've definitely been the type
Yep.
not trying to like um move the conversation to
Yes,
something
that's what
else,
we're
but
doing. You got to move it.
oh, I'm dead. But no, I definitely am like that with friendships. Like if I'm iffy, if I feel some type of way, like did this person really like me or like did they really consider me as a friend? If I have to question it, I feel like I gotta
Mm-hmm.
remove myself. Like okay, maybe they don't feel this way. Like if I gotta question how if I gotta question your loyalty, I feel like I'm gonna say something and then if you don't respect that, then I'm gonna just cut it off. Just
Yep.
didn't end that shit. So hmm a lot of I would say a lot of people have loyalty issues. And that goes
See,
both
I feel
tonically and
like
physically.
how I have a lot of horror stories for relationships. You have a lot of friend horror stories.
Mm-hmm.
Cause
Mm-hmm.
my fallouts with my friends, no shade to the girls, but I don't be hurt. It be very much, all right, bitch, bye. Stop playing with me. So you see how I've had to get there with the men to tell
Mm-hmm.
them, all right, bye, stop playing with me.
I
Somebody
yeah.
as a guy that I was romantically interested in, you could have played with me way more than a friend, and I'm still like, okay, but can you not do that? Let's try to be nice to each other.
Yeah.
I'm trying to reason with you. If I don't reason with these friends that I don't feel like are real friends, and I can just say, fuck you, bitch. Why
Yeah.
can't I do that with the men? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I
So
remember
we were on the opposite sides of that.
girl, but no, I remember this is before Tristan, but I didn't mean to say his name. I'm so sorry. This was before my
Redacted.
relationship. But there was this guy, I was trying to be friends with him, but I felt like he was trying to talk to me. But he was like Hispanic and he had like the long hair. He was a Fabio looking dude,
Jesus.
right? Girl, Jesus with abs and everything. I remember and he was a Virgo.
Hallelujah.
He was a
Hallelujah.
Virgo. And so I
Hebo
remember
shot.
I was taking too long in the house because I guess he was trying to pick me up so he could take me somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And
Around
he
out
go
back. I know that's right.
so I'm like, okay, let me hurry up. So I'm walking up to the door and he's walking up to
Mm-hmm.
the door as well. And he just got a muscle shirt on with some baggy jeans and something. He was like, my bad. He was like, you're taking so long, so I just wanted to see if you were all right. I said, oh wow. And I was just like, damn, he is fine as fuck. The way I don't know, but that boy was fine. But what made him stop talking to me was
Mm-hmm. Wait.
I got too excited because of how fine he was that I wanted
Yeah.
to know everything about him. I wanted to know everything about him. So what I did was I went on his Instagram and I said, oh, he's following these people. He's following this person. So when we was in the
Wait.
when we was in the car, we was smoking together. I opened my phone, but it was on a tab that was on one of his followers. And so he looked down, being a very nosy Virgo, go look down at my phone and was like, oh, that's my brother. And I was just like, oh wow, really? And so I had to laugh. And I remember that whole time the energy just changed.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, he probably think I'm just a fucking weirdo. I probably should have said something.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn, I'm already called. He already probably think I'm a weirdo. And ever since then, we ain't hang out again, but he was cute. He probably thought
Okay,
I was a slut.
I'm glad it didn't go as bad as I thought. I didn't know where this was going. But I will say the lesson there is to just explain yourself, even if it's awkward. Because it's
Right.
probably less awkward if you just say what you were doing for real.
I know. I should have explained myself, but I was like, oh, well,
Yeah.
I was just, well, continuing.
And I don't think that makes him a nosy Virgo, like you just tried to say, because if there is one phone, like this happens a lot when you're like hanging out with a person and y'all are getting to know each other, and especially in the beginning, y'all phones are down most of the time.
Yeah.
So once you pick your phone up, you're the only phone in the room. Why would I not be looking at it?
I guess
that's what I think. Me personally.
But then he ended up getting a girlfriend. I'm like, is he bi?
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Love that for him.
Let's not get into those. They have terrorized me. The bicycles. God loves y'all though, you know. But, anyway, so okay, Jerm. So there is another thing I do want to confess. Since you made this a safe space, I feel like I just want to tell my business now, even though I said I wouldn't. Don't make that face. I ain't gonna say nothing crazy. A part of valuing myself came from acknowledging that I had operated in a very desperate manner at times. And I'm not desperate like at the core, I don't think, but I would act as, have you ever seen how somebody acts when they never had nothing before and they hold on in like this is mine, because they don't know when they're going to get it again? Yeah. Very greedy. I feel like I've been very greedy when it comes to just trying to develop relationships. And I will go ahead and just say I have been in love before. It just wasn't with the person I had been in the longest necessarily like stable relationship with. Does that make sense?
It does.
I wasn't in love in 3 months. I was in love in like 2 weeks back in the day.
Oh, okay.
And then hold on, I was in love another time too. I've had some stories, y'all. Okay, so maybe 3 months is the longest consistent, like we talk every day type of relationship. But I've had relationships that span several months in a couple of years actually. Okay. But it's just on and off type of thing.
So it don't really.
So yeah, I didn't even think about those. There are people I met when I was like 19, 20, and we pick up every once in a while and try again. I told myself last summer that I won't be doing that anymore, because if it did not work the third time, why are we going to go for 4 and 5? You know? Yeah. You just got to accept at some point if it don't work. But okay, you made me think about that. So yeah, there has been longer people. They just don't, like, they're not there consistently. Sometimes, okay, y'all, I'm not perfect. Sometimes it's because of me. Like, we'll try again and I just be not into it like I thought I was gonna be into it. Like, you ever want your man back and then you get your man back and you like,
dang, I don't want this no more.
Why was I campaigning for this? Like, now I see, no, like, I've literally done that before. This sounds crazy. I've literally gotten somebody back and then immediately thought to myself, this is why I didn't want you to begin with.
Wow.
Because you just be assuming that people will change and what you didn't like about them changed. And we all grow, but a lot of the things, like, if you couldn't stand my mouth 3 years ago, I keep more things to myself, but I still have a bit of a wild mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The fundamentals don't shift in too much of a way. They're just, you might get a little bit better. So I'll be thinking that this toxic side of this person that I didn't like is gone. It's been 3 years and we try again. And it's just like, hate you. Gotta tell you now, it's even more awkward because I acted like I wanted you. So yeah, sometimes it's not, I don't ever want y'all to think that I'm just talking about what people did to me, because sometimes I was doing the things to the people. Okay.
Very much a menace.
I'm not a menace to society. I just am a participant if we're going to be doing, you know.
It's like a purge night.
Yeah, if you blow the whistle, I get to work. I feel like I was getting somewhere and then I started playing around. I got to stop doing that, Jerm. I really was going to say something.
Stop playing.
I got to stop playing so much. My confidence is a certain level just because of I understand where I can be. Sometimes I would look at my reality and not be pleased with that. And then from there, I'm willing to take things that I know I don't deserve, settle for. I just said, like, what did I tell you earlier? I don't like this. I don't like that. I would try it on certain people because I'm like, well, this might be good enough. I might be able to make this work. You can't do human beings like that, though. You should not tie yourself to somebody because they're good enough, because you can make it work. And every time I did, the situation didn't last. It didn't work out. And I would pick up and try again, pick up and try again. Another aspect of this constant negative spiral that I would call it is lust. I have not said that up until this point. But oh my God, sex plays such a big factor. Jerm, why am I giving Oprah? Damn. Hold on. It's giving Oprah. I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to keep it light. Okay.
Sometimes the sex be good.
It do be good. So I was taking sometimes where I wanted to be in love. I would have told somebody, "Oh, I love you. I love you." I was lustful spirits. They used to run my life. I've written records. Y'all never have heard these songs because they don't end up coming out. But I've written records about lust and how much I needed to get away from it. And I don't mean to speak too soon, but my mind is strong enough now. I'm almost 25. You know, they said the frontal lobe and everything. My mind is strong enough now to where I still have lustful thoughts, but I don't let it run me the way it used to run me. Yeah. I used to make some wild decisions off of some lust and then lie to myself and say, I love you. I don't love you. I exercise and I build up a lot of testosterone and it got my hormones going crazy. Okay.
That's funny.
Y'all, it's been some hard nights. But my point is, I'm saying all of this to say, to help anybody who might not have already figured it out about themselves. Beyond self-love, to get the love that you want, you have to accept yourself for who you are. Understand exactly what you want. I missed the point. I'm going to get back to that in just a second. Understand exactly what you want and don't take anything but that. It's going to save you some time. It's going to be lonely, but it's going to save you I don't have the fights that I used to have screaming at people on the phone anymore. Getting into an argument. We supposed to be riding around going to get some food and now we in the car just beefing for no reason. I don't have those type of interactions anymore because I'm not just taking somebody that I think can work because I want to say, I used to just want to say I had a boyfriend. That was the goal.
Hell of it.
Hey, I got a boyfriend too.
Like, what's the name?
Merry Christmas.
Like Minnie from Little Women and Man.
Did you watch? Rest in peace, Miss Minnie. Right. Leave Miss Minnie alone. Rest in peace. But that was literally like, I'm willing to suffer so I can have what I think is a loving relationship. And it has to be way more organic. Like what Jerm just explained to y'all, his just came naturally. He wasn't looking for it. It wasn't something he was determined. Like I would literally write that as my.
He liked me.
Can you imagine?
First. I'm sorry.
So what?
I said he liked me first, but okay.
I know that, and that's how it got to be. Literally, I've learned that. Can you imagine writing like I want a man on my vision board for 2022?
Oh, not you did that.
Dangerous, because guess what? I got a lot of them, and none of them was worth a damn. That song was written around that time. I'm not playing, Jerm. It was written in 2022. I'm talking about I want a man. God said, here, take 10, and you can't keep none of them. How about that? Take 10, 8 of them gonna ruin your life.
Oh my
2
God.
of them gonna be cool, but they don't live here, so you can't keep none of them.
Wow.
Yep. That's so how it goes. Wow. So I had to stop being, because a part of that is me wanting to feel validated by being in a relationship. The other part, lustful. Okay? Because why are you asking God for a man? You're 22, babe. You don't need it that bad. But I was begging, Lord, let it be this year.
Yeah.
I'm finally to the point to where I have my own set of goals that I want to accomplish for myself. Okay. And I need to focus on that. Mm-hmm. If the love come, great, but that's not where the vision. You can't be looking at Love Street and hoping something come down.
Because it's gonna come. It's most definitely gonna come.
You got to be focused on Life Street, Goal Street. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I had to change the direction I was looking in. And I'm happy to say that I mean what I'm saying right now. I've wanted to feel like this for a while. I've had a lot of prayer. I don't really talk about that a lot because I find that people that speak about spirituality are not always authentic. So I don't ever want to be confused with the people who are doing it just to have something to say. But no, why do I have to be so shady?
I'm sorry. I just thought something in my head, and it just
because I'm sure you know people that I'm talking. I don't know the people you're laughing at, but I'm sure you know. We all know people who are just so spiritual and woo woo, and you're trying to make $1 million brand off of loving God. Girl, calm down. I love God.
The people love God.
What's wrong with you? But no shade to y'all. Spread his word. Do what you got to do. But I don't really talk about mine a lot. My own spirituality and connection with God. But I've had a lot of conversations with him about this topic. And although I am being judicious about what I'm saying right now to y'all, I still am being very honest. Like, I've talked to him about, why am I so lustful? Why do I want this so bad? Can you take away the desire if it's not meant to happen right now? You know? And the desire has faded a bit. It's not completely gone, but it's faded a bit, and it's opening my mind to focus on the things that are important. I've always had other things to worry about, but I'm not worried about the rent. Where is my man? You know?
Yeah.
That was me 2 years ago.
Where's my man?
That sounds unhealthy now. You know, I would rather worry about the rent and what I'm gonna do when I get a couple more dollars. Right. And I started to understand that I'm never going to find the man that the list that I said I made, I'm never going to find that if I'm still working on this. I don't want to call it a negative train of thought, but it's a low vibrational train. If I'm still on that low vibrational train of I'll take what I can get as long as I can say I have something, I'm never going to get what I really want. Okay. So I had to let go. And it's been lonely. I'm not going to lie to you and say it has not. It's been so lonely.
You think you should get a pet? Do you like animals? You don't seem like an animal guy. Oh, I don't.
See, I didn't say I wanted a man to take care of.
I'm talking about a real pet, not...
Jerm, do you know how many unemployed men are in Dallas that are kind of cute?
Bryce.
If I wanted a pet, I would go pick up somebody off Forest Lane. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to give y'all that, but like, you know what I mean.
He don't like animals, y'all. I'm just saying, if you want companionship, those are like good alternatives. But
I also know some men who, no shade. This is not meant to be shady, but I know people who don't have anything to do Monday through Friday. And if I wanted another human just in my house just because, I could go pick them up.
Oh my God. This is hilarious.
I'm not comparing people to dogs. I'm saying if I wanted to take care of somebody, I would take care of a man. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
No.
You is something.
I'm not playing.
No, you're not. But
if you think about it really hard, there are not many differences between an unemployed man and a dog.
Yeah, you're right. Because they both rowdy and be doing shit. And it's like, now I got to pop you.
Not I got to pop you. But yeah.
No.
That's also another dynamic I didn't even think about. The people who are, they might be good choices for me, but I'm sorry, not good choices for me. We might get along like personality wise, but it's not a smart decision because of where they are in their life. They're still trying to get step 1 and step 2 done, which is stuff that I did when I was 18. You know what I mean? So not necessarily comparing myself to them, but like we could be the same age. Some of them be older than me, but they're not to the level of development that I've worked hard to get at. Because imagine me saying all of this to you that I'm saying to you now. I sound like I've tried to heal myself a bit, right? And then I go get in something with a person who's operating in toxicity. And what did I tell you? I matched the energy. So now I'm back operating in this toxicity. And it's like, damn, did this motherfucker learn anything? He done said all of this shit and look how he behaves. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I don't want an unemployed dog. I'm sorry. Did I say an unemployed dog? I don't want an, I don't need an extra character just here because companionship. I used to do that. I'm not playing. Like I really used to just chill with people just to be like, oh, I got somebody around.
Right. Oh, okay.
It was not fun because then eventually it's like, damn, why can't I have somebody I like around? Yeah. And you asked me about the dog. I was trying to tell the people about God, Jerm.
Okay. The dog.
It's cool.
God and his dog. Mm-hmm. I feel like you'll be a cat person just saying. You're really.
Oh my gosh, Jerm, you still gotta feed them. And hold on, I don't like that you're pushing this whole cat lady narrative because I'm still very young. I might fall in love tomorrow. You never know. So hold on, don't play me. Don't play me like that. Because I was talking about focusing on myself, and you gonna talk about a dog. Jerm, you have no hope. Damn, believe. I'm gonna get what I want. It just might take a little bit longer.
You're right.
Damn.
Ain't nothing wrong with like a little pet, a little cat.
Jerm told me to prepare for the worst. I know that's right.
Nothing like that.
Gonna get you a couple cats.
Oh my gosh. Not you.
But they still cheap before the tariffs and whatnot.
Okay. You're so hilarious. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I want to wrap it up and just tell y'all. Yeah. The only way that I've gotten to where I am, we're having a much more evolved conversation when it comes to love than it would have been without me just complaining and being sad.
You're good at that.
I've gotten there from God, literally asking him to take away opportunities if it's not worth it. If it's not going to be a long-standing beneficial relationship, I don't need the relationship. Mm-hmm. Just like in music, do you want a record deal if it's only gonna last a year?
Right.
What's that gonna do? They're gonna play with you, and then you're gonna be back where you at. You know what I mean? So I don't want situations that are not for me and temporary. If it's temporary, I want it to be temporary because it was supposed to be, and it benefited me. But I don't want to continue to disappoint myself and go through all of the emotions that come with thinking that you finally got what you wanted, and then it's not what you want. Now I'm looking crazy because I wanted this so bad. Mm-hmm. I asked God to not let me be so lustful and figure out a way to manage that. And none of this stuff goes away naturally. You just learn as time goes on different ways to keep it under wraps to where you don't feel like you're going crazy if you don't find somebody to hang out with this weekend. Right. That's unhealthy. I don't know if you ever experienced that, but I have a few times. Like, oh my God, I need to find somebody new to talk to right now. I'm going to be bored this weekend. It's going to snow. I'm going to be in the house alone. That's unhealthy. I don't want to do that no more.
Mm-hmm. You don't deserve that.
I don't. Like, I like companionship, but I like how it feels when I say, okay, but you don't deserve that behavior. You're better than this treatment. Oh my God, I just wrote a new song. I'll tell you about it. But like, you got to remember that you're beautiful in all ways. Mm-hmm. In so many different ways is what I'm saying. Like, beyond just how you look. If you have natural beauty in your spirit and the level of kindness that you offer to this world, even if you want somebody to give you that type of companionship or love, for lack of a better word, you don't have to compromise yourself to get it because you deserve it just because of the type of person that you are. You know what I mean? Yeah. You say all of that shit to yourself enough times, I promise you're going to believe it.
Okay.
That's the only way it comes true.
Grandmother Bryce definitely gave us
I didn't mean to drop no wisdom on y'all, but I'm like, I play a lot, but I felt serious about needing to tell people how I got here. I know I'm not fully evolved, but
still got some time to grow.
Jerm, have we talked about this around my birthday in August? That's when I was like, I need a man. I'm almost 24. I need a man.
Bitch, you was fiending for it, okay?
Bitch, fiending. I'm almost 24. God. I need a man. I said, God, why am I doing all of this? This is unhealthy.
He is rocking back and forth in a straitjacket, talking about, I need a man.
Going crazy. And it's like, wait, it literally took a aha moment of me being like, what if it's not supposed to work out right now? Mm-hmm. And I compare the same thing to my career. I don't know why love in my music is so similar, because I've had a strange journey. Nothing was linear, and I've had to work to get to where I am with my mindset in both of those spaces.
Right.
With my music, some people don't pop until they're 32, 36. Am I really going to want to look back once it's finally time to pop and say, well, you were stressed out and going crazy for 10 years up until this point. I would much rather be the person who enjoyed the ride. Yeah. You know you're going to get there. Enjoy the ride. Don't stress yourself. Don't talk down to yourself. Just grow.
Yeah, and just keep doing what you're doing.
I've had to apply that to my music to make me feel encouraged enough to keep going. So I also have to apply that to love. So I don't end up in situations of, this shit is dangerous out here. You will end up stuck, attached to somebody that you have no business being around because you were lonely, because you were, what did I call it earlier? Lustful. I want to say horny, but you know, because you didn't have nothing better to do, you'll be stuck.
Right.
And you know, I don't like to be constricted because I don't like nobody telling me where and how to go. Okay. Do you have any last thing you want to say about love to the people?
I was just gonna say, don't look for it, y'all. Wait till it comes to you. Especially if it's something really good, it's definitely gonna find you. So, but unless you want to be a hoe and pop that coochie, do that. But other than that, boo, let it come to you, okay? But other than that, I hope you guys have a blessed, what is today? Monday. And we love you. Me and your friend Bryce, we both love you if nobody else does. And do you have anything that you want to say? No,
I really just want to let y'all know you got to find that type of love in your friendships and your family if you have the ability to do it. It might not make sense, but it makes up for what you lack romantically. So if you are a struggling romantic like I am, if Christmas and Valentine's Day and all of that gives you the ick because you ain't got nobody to buy nothing for, ain't nobody giving you nothing. Well, that's not necessarily true for me, but I'm saying like
it's the hair flip.
I didn't mean to do that. It just happened naturally. But I'm just saying like I'm still like I'm not in a solid relationship, so I'm still technically single. You know what I mean? So don't let that discourage you. Find love in your life outside of that. And when I tell you get to the point to where you just exude love, you exude good energy, you're going to find what you're actually looking for, not just whatever is going to work for the moment.
What you're looking for, you're going to find it.
I might write that before you. You better beat me to it.
Girl. See, now
dibs. Did you call dibs?
No, it's okay. You can have it, girl.
Okay, y'all. I thank y'all so much for listening to another episode of Anytime You Need a Friend podcast. You can follow us on our Anytime You Need a Friend pod Instagram, as well as find the visuals on YouTube so you can see Jerm in his wonderful green screen. It's giving CGI.
And Bryce's lovely apartment that looks like a back room.
A back room? It looks like a what? It looks like a what?
I said, in Bryce's lovely apartment that look like a back room.
What is a back room?
It's a video game. Where you're like stuck in the back room, and that's what it just reminds me of.
I was thinking like back page, like seedy, dirty, like where the girls make their money. That's what I thought. That's what I was like, what?
I would never say that. No.
I was like, what? Is it giving sex work? Oh my gosh. So human trafficking, that's what I got.
No way. No. I'm sorry.
But all right. Yeah, I'm not mad at Jerm. Okay. We'll see y'all next week. Y'all have a good time. Or a good day. Y'all have a good thing, you know?
Yeah, have a good something. That's the point.
Bye.
Bye.